It usually starts when no one is looking. Maybe it's late at night. You're lying in bed, exhausted but restless. And without even thinking, your hand moves, your phone lights up, and you fall into that familiar pattern again. Scroll, tap, repeat. Images, videos, fantasies, an endless stream of faces and bodies designed to keep you hungry. You tell yourself it's harmless, just a way to unwind. You're not hurting anyone. But deep down, in that quiet place, no one sees you feel it. That emptiness, that shame, that strange hollowness that returns when it's all over. It didn't satisfy you. It never really does. And yet, the next night, or the next hour, you're back at it. If you're watching this, you probably know what I mean. This video isn't here to shame you. It's here to finally see you. Because what if I told you that your struggle isn't just modern? That over 2,000 years ago, one of the greatest minds in history warned us about this exact addiction? His name was Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, a Stoic philosopher, a man who wielded unimaginable power, and yet who understood the torment of craving things that slowly destroy you. And in his private writings, he left behind 3 chilling warnings about lust. Warnings that sound like they were written for us today. We're going to explore them. But this won't be some lecture. This will be a journey into your story, your habits, your soul. Because lust isn't just about sex. It's about hunger, disconnection, escape. And if you've ever felt caught in a loop you can't break, if you've ever used pleasure to numb pain, if you've ever thought, why can't I stop? Then this is for you. Are you ready to understand the real reason behind it all? Then let's keep going. Welcome back, beautiful soul, to Darker Wisdom Channel, where psychology's forbidden truths are finally exposed. This isn't self-help. This isn't spirituality. This is the raw, unfiltered knowledge your shadow has been hiding from you. Here, we don't just study the mind we hunted. We dissect the lies you've been fed about love, power, and manifestation. And most importantly, we arm you against your own darkness. Turn on notifications, because what comes next will rewire your reality. And if you dare to go deeper, subscribe so you never miss our soul-expanding content. With gratitude for your presence and support. The shadows are watching, but now so are you. Let's begin today's transformative exploration. Most people think lust is just about physical desire. Something primal. A chemical reaction. A natural urge. And sure, biology plays a part. But if lust was just biology, then why does it feel so emotional? Why does it whisper to us when we're lonely? Why does it come rushing in after heartbreak, stress, or failure? Here's what most people don't know. Lust often isn't about pleasure at all. It's about pain. The pain of being unseen. The pain of disconnection. The pain of a wound so old we forgot it was there. That's why lust is so addictive. Because it gives us a quick doorway out of that pain. Just imagine, you had a rough day. Your boss humiliated you in front of the team. You go home, you feel like a failure. And without even thinking, your body reaches for the thing that's always been there to make you forget. Or maybe it started much earlier. Maybe as a kid, you felt unloved, unwanted, invisible. And now as an adult, every seductive image makes you feel wanted for a moment. The brain learns fast. When I feel unworthy, pleasure helps. But here's the trick. The brain confuses soothing with healing. And lust only soothes. It doesn't heal. That's why Marcus Aurelius called lust the bait of the trap. Because it looks like freedom, but it leads to slavery. And he warned that when we become ruled by lust, we give away the throne of our own mind. We become less sovereign, less clear, less capable of loving deeply. Lust promises connection, but gives us isolation. It offers intensity, but robs us of intimacy. And worst of all, it trains us to see people as objects, not souls, not mysteries, not equals, just bodies. Now that you see the truth, would you like to go deeper into how this shapes our story? There was a boy I knew once, quiet, kind, grew up in a strict religious home. He discovered adult content when he was just 12. At first, it felt like a secret treasure, something powerful, something that made him feel alive. But over time, it changed. He began craving more extreme images, more shocking fantasies, and with each new click, something in him went numb. He started struggling to look people in the eye, to connect. Even when he had a girlfriend later in life, he felt distant. It was like there was a wall between his heart and hers. And worst of all, he hated himself for it. One night, he broke down, tears shaking, full of shame. He whispered, asterisk, why can't I love like other people do? And that question hit him, because deep down, he realized lust had stolen something sacred, his ability to be present, to see someone without filtering them through fantasy, to be vulnerable without needing to perform. That night, he did something different. He didn't fight the urge. He didn't shame himself. He got curious. What am I really hungry for right now? He realized he was lonely, scared, craving affection. So instead of escaping, he sat with it. He cried. He journaled. He called a friend. And slowly over weeks, months, years, he rewired the story. He learned to pause, to notice the pain before the craving, to treat himself not as a monster, but as a wounded human. That boy was me. Now that we've seen what change looks like, how do you create it in your own life? Let's move forward. The first step is simple, but not easy. Get honest. Not in a harsh or shaming way, but in a gentle, curious way. Start asking, what am I actually feeling when the urge hits? Am I bored? Anxious? Lonely? Rejected? If you can name it, you can heal it. Second, rebuild your inner world. Lust thrives in emotional emptiness. So fill that space with meaning. This could be deepening friendships, practicing meditation, creating instead of consuming. You won't be perfect. That's okay. But every time you interrupt the pattern, you build strength. Also, take Marcus's advice. Return to your dignity. He believed that a life ruled by lust is a life beneath your potential. Not because you're dirty or bad, but because you're meant for more. Finally, replace fantasy with reality. Talk to people. See them. Listen. Let yourself be awkward, messy, real. Because real intimacy, unlike fantasy, can transform you. Do you want to hear the final truth? The one that ties it all together? Let's go to the last part. Lust is loud. It demands attention. It seduces, distracts, consumes. But your soul is quiet. It whispers. It waits. It hopes you'll remember. Remember that you are not your urges. You are not broken. You are not shame. You are a soul that longs for connection, for beauty, for depth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The cravings will still come. That's okay. But now you know what they are. Echoes of pain. Signals from a heart that longs to be seen. So meet those cravings with curiosity, with honesty, with love. You don't have to numb anymore. You don't have to hide. You don't have to stay stuck. You are allowed to heal. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to love fully, deeply, freely. And maybe today is the day you begin again. Not with shame, but with courage. Because the real you, the free you, was never lost, just buried. And now, you're ready to rise. If this touched something deep in you, share it. Comment. Speak. Let it out. You're not alone. We're walking this path together. And your healing is already underway.